Hi everyone. It's Sunday. I'm starting my day doing laundry. I'm doing the finishing touches on my kind of on my vehicle. I finally got in, as I said in the last video, I finally, my apologies. Anyway, I finally finally had to make a choice, stop procrastinating and get something. Anyway, I'm doing the finishing touches now. I'm doing some laundry. It's going to be warming up. Right now, it's still kind of in that spring where you kind of need long sleeve shirts and kind of need short sleeve shirts. So anyway, starting to warm up. So I've decided to wash a few short sleeve shirts I have so that, in case it gets really warm or really hot, they're really warm, I'll have some. I haven't switched over to my, I think in the last video I said, I kind of switch between pants in the winter and then a little bit shorter pants or capris in the summer. Anyway, I haven't completely switched over yet because I usually don't do that until about May or something when it starts to get really hot. Anyway, but I will need some short sleeve shirts, so I had other laundry to do, so I decided to wash those too. And so I'm actually going to be adding just a little bit to the trunk of my car. I don't want to add any more. I really don't. But if it gets really, really hot, I do want some short sleeve shirts. So I do wear tanks too, but I also like to, sometimes wear an outer shirt. And I like to have a couple of t-shirts. Anyway, so that's going to be my day. I'm pretty much doing laundry, doing the finishing touches, adding a few things I might need. Tomorrow I have an appointment at the pain management center. Then on Wednesday I have another doctor appointment. I don't know when my next appointment will be. I'm hoping, that sometime in between my doctor's appointments, I can maybe, get a little time to myself. Cause I can do all my work on my computer. Pretty much everything I do. Right now I'm not working. Since the accident, I haven't been working. I'm hoping to get a little work started here in the next couple of weeks, some remote work, and that I can do from any internet connection anywhere, so I'm lucky there. Anyway, so I'm hoping maybe, to get, I'm trying to get everything together so that, maybe when there's some time between doctor's appointments, I can, maybe have a little time for me, just because I've been going pretty much ever since the accident. I have just been going. I haven't stopped. And, every day there's something new to do. And it just, and I've just been I've really been bogged down. I've been really, really tired. I haven't been sleeping as well. Like I said before, if I'm in the house, if I stay in the house, it's sleep on the floor, or the car, whatever. But I really haven't, I just been really tired, and I do have pain. So anyway, I'm hoping between doctor's appointments, that I can maybe get a few minutes, have a little time, it won't be long, probably only a few days, week at most, maybe. But, go out, do what I like to do, which is take pictures. I love photography, maybe visit somewhere I want to go. Last week, I was planning on doing that, but I ended up spending the entire day, I did only two things last week, really. I did last Sunday because my ex-husband, right now, the house is empty, and I've got to myself, and he takes care of his elderly family member every weekend. So last Sunday, I spent the entire day pretty much doing videos and, kind of like, a shower day. It was like my day to shower, me maintenance and whatever. Anyway, but I wanted to go out and do some stuff, but I didn't get an opportunity, and it got too late. And then this week I woke up and I wanted to, maybe go somewhere, maybe, take some pictures, do something, but it's rainy. It's just a rainy day. It's raining all day. So there's nothing I can do today, so I'm doing laundry now. I'm going to head to the store, get me some lunch, and to the supermarket, and get me something to eat, come back, and finish my laundry. Anyway, I'll be back with you guys a little bit later. Hey guys, it's the end of the day. I've been doing laundry all day, straightening stuff out. if there's a way to straighten anything out in this house. Anyway, I added one more bag to the back of my car. I'm in the trunk. It's dark now, so I'm not going to go out there and show you the trunk of my car and go over that again. I did that, was in the last video. But anyway, I added a bag with a few short sleeve shirts because it's supposed to warm up here in a few days. And it's going to be, but now for the next few nights, it's going to be really, really cold. I do not know what's going on with that. It's going to be like in the 30s tonight, like 32, I think. And then like 30 tomorrow night. And then like, it's going to drop like to 25 in a couple nights. And then it's going to be like, go back up to like 35 or 32 or something. And then finally it warms up to like 45 and then up to maybe 50. And that's like the next 10 days. So it's pretty much going to be in the 20s and 30s over the next 10 days. And then it's going to warm back up into the 40s and then maybe 50. So anyway, and then warm up to like 70 or 71 in the daytime. So anyway, I added another bag with a few short sleeve shirts. I washed some of them. Some of them came out of the blue Taurus that I drove last year. So they've been there a really long time. I've been there a while. Anyway, I'm really tired. So I just thought I would touch base. Update on, because I did a short video this morning. I figured I'll just update. So anyways, I'm getting really tired. Anyway, and I'm about ready to leave. My ex-husband is at his family member's house. He will be there until tomorrow. He'll come back early tomorrow morning. I have my pain management appointment tomorrow. Anyway, I'm getting ready to leave. So just thought I'd update. Oh, and to let everyone know, I tried that grip liner. I will show you guys the grip liner. Now, I can't show it to you on the, hold on. Let's see if I can turn this around. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay. Hey, guys, here's the grip liner that I used last night. I showed you this. I put this on my seats, and on the passenger seat, it didn't do so good. I didn't cut it quite big enough. Anyway, let me turn you around. I didn't do it big enough, so, oops, that didn't do any good. Anyway, I like the other app. By the way, I'm using a different app. The first video was a different app, which I like a lot better. Anyway, but I've turned it around before, the other app. Camera 365, I've turned that app around before, you know, and, you know, to the rear camera, and it worked fine, but this time it didn't. Anyway, so that was a little snafu on that video I didn't like. But anyways, so I used the grip liner on the passengers, on the driver's side. Let me get everything right. I put the grip liner on the driver's side, and I didn't cut it quite big enough, so it didn't drape over. It didn't drape over the sides. It didn't drape over the front under my knees, and so it still slides. Essentially, it still slides. So I'm not going to buy any more right now. It still slides a little bit, not quite as bad, but still slides a little bit. So later on, I will buy some more of that stuff. It's about $8 a roll. So anyway, I should have cut them, and then I still had some left. So I just didn't cut it big enough. You know, I should have cut it bigger, and the other side would have been big enough. Anyway, the passenger side worked out really well because it drapes right. It drapes right over the front, and I showed you that in the last video. And it kind of comes over the sides, on the side by the seat belt, you know, the seat belt connector. Anyways, and both sides it drapes over, and it works really well. So, and I spend more time, I sit in the passenger side more anyway, because at night when I'm watching TV, I used to sit, I would just sit in the driver's side, you know, and watch TV on my iPad or whatever. I don't do that anymore. I get in the passenger side now. I don't know. I don't know if it's more comfortable. I don't think that it is. I don't really think it is, but it definitely, for me, I like it. And I had made a promise to myself that when I got into another car, I wasn't going to do like I had done with my Focus. I just wasn't going to fill the front seat up and the back seat and the trunk and just have no room. I'm just not going to do that. And of course, I've had to add some stuff to my car, which I didn't like. I had to add a bag with some short sleeve shirts. I didn't want to do that in the trunk. And of course, I have my laptop bag, which was sitting on the floor. Now it's in the seat, but I can move it easily down behind the driver's side. And my black and white bag, which has my a tiny bit of makeup, not much, just a little bit of makeup, and also has some other stuff, my albuterol inhaler. I think I talked about this before. And it also has my knee brace and my ankle brace. I have 2 ankle braces, so, and a knee brace, and I also have a compression knee brace, which is still at my ex-boyfriend's. In fact, I still have some stuff at my ex-boyfriend's that I need to get. It was when I got the truck, I wanted to get the stuff, but it was right after the accident, and I did not have time to get all that stuff. So I just had to get my truck, and that was it. My truck was at my ex-boyfriend's because he was working on it last year. I talked about this in another video. But anyway, he was working on it and doing some stuff. Anyway, now there's something else wrong with it, and I haven't even heard from the mechanic. So anyway, it's getting late, and I just want to wrap up. I wanted to touch base. I did the video this morning. I went, okay, I'm doing laundry all day, and then I'm straightening stuff up. I noticed in this house I'm going to have some kind of storage. I'm either going to have to find a chest of drawers or a dresser or something at the thrift store, or I'm going to have to get some plastic containers. I'm going to have something so that I can organize my stuff, my pants, my shirts, the stuff that I don't, you know, that I just don't need. I mean, because, you know, that I'm not carrying with me in my car. Now, when I get my truck back, of course, and I've done this before, when I get my truck back, I usually have a go bag or two, a couple go bags that I'll put in the truck. Truck won't hold much, though. It's extended cab, so I can put a couple things, but as I've said before, in the last time I drove it, I mean, it's been a while since I drove it on the road, but when I did, I only had a couple of bags. That was it, because, you know, you can't put that much in a back of a pickup truck. So, you know, so I just put my couple go bags behind the driver or whatever, behind one of the seats, and I let that be, you know, that had to be good, and it worked fine. But anyway, because I wasn't out on the, you know, I wasn't taking the truck out on any long trips. So anyway, and I did that before, and now when I was in the Taurus, well, I would switch from like the Ford Focus to the Taurus back and forth. And I usually would drive my Focus in the winter time, and there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to go into it. It doesn't matter now. Anyway, and then in the summertime, I drive my Taurus. I just like to switch it up, and you know, so I was driving both vehicles, and I like to have a backup. But anyway, and I never did that. I never had an extra, you know, like a couple go bags in each car. I just didn't do that, or have one I didn't drive as much, you know. Anyway, it turned out I ended up driving the Focus more than any car, and I really wasn't my intent. But the second thought is probably a good thing, because I put more miles on it. But both cars are gone. I mean, really, I mean, the Taurus I still have. I showed you that in another video. I still have my 2006 Ford Taurus, but they can't fix it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that car. So I'm still waffling on that. But anyway. So this is where I'm at today. This is I call this part 13 and a half of the video series that I've been doing after the accident, the aftermath of the accident. I pretty much got my car pulled together now. I've tried to organize a little better, and as I've explained before, I'm organizing better, you know. I'm doing better. Instead of having shirts in one bag and pants in another bag, I'm not doing that. I used to do that. I used to do that. It was just an utter mess. I'm not, you know, and then I started organizing a little more, and now it's, you know, all the outfits, everything, and I've told you that in another video, it's all together. Pants, shirt, undergarments, socks, you know, if I wear an outer shirt or a jacket or anything, whatever, it is all in the same. You know, it's all stacked right together in a bag, usually my duffel, whatever. And so it's all together. No more of that, just pants here and shirts, you know, another bag. I can't do that anymore. That's just not working. Anyway, or didn't work. It didn't, you know, it ended up being an utter mess. So, but I mean, it's live and learn. I've been traveling a long time, and I've only just now, I mean, I've been traveling like 12, 13 years, but, you know, it wasn't full time. But anyway, and I've talked about this before, you know, when I was with my ex-husband, I would, you know, I would leave, you know, and whatever. Anyway, so I look in the refrigerator, and my ex-husband said, okay, he's on a dry spell now, or at least I thought he was on a dry spell. And I look in the refrigerator, and I'm like, okay, I can't put my chicken in it, you know, because I went to the store, and I bought myself, you know, a big rotisserie chicken to eat for lunch. And I look in the refrigerator, and, you know, I'm like, okay, how come I can't put my chicken on the second shelf? Oh, lo and behold, there's like a whole 12-pack of beer in there. Anyway, I didn't notice it yesterday. I didn't notice it, so, and he had to go to his family members yesterday, so apparently, you know, he was just drinking it after I left or whatever. So much for me even thinking about staying in the house while I'm in this area, because I just don't want to be around the alcohol. You know, I'm an idiot. But anyway, you know, he never stays clean. You know, he never stays dry. So it's just, you know, just one of those things. Anyway, one last thing. The other thing I want to say is I keep a lot of my clothes at this house as opposed to out on my boat, because I just don't have enough room on my boat. Again, you know, I don't have enough room. Now, I do have a little studio out there as well, but my landlord just, and I'm going to talk about this in another video, but my landlord just added, because I was primarily on the boat, and now he did some remodeling work on the boat, and I don't think the boat's even ready yet. I'm not sure. Not that it's going to matter, because I can't get back out there for a few weeks until I've completed. You know, I got to go to the doctor. I got to go to pain management, physical therapy, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, he just added a bathroom to the studio, because a studio shed. It's one of those little tiny studio sheds. You've seen them on the internet, or you may or may not have seen them on the internet. But anyway, so he just added a bathroom, but they're very, very tiny. So I don't have any really storage room. It's like all one, you know, it's like a little tiny area for, you know, a couple chair, you know, a chair, and a little tiny area for bed, and a little tiny area for kitchen, you know. So it's just really, really super tiny. So, and a boat, of course, is not, you know, it's not that big. I mean, you know, I only carry on the boat basically what I would carry if I'm on the road, and if I'm working. When I'm working, I do have, that's a whole other story. When I'm working, I sometimes do have access to a van, or like a van or SUV, or even an RV on occasion, but not that much. My uncle and his business partners are not too hip on that, because it's a Sprinter, and they cost, you know, anyway. So I don't get that often. But anyway, when I'm on my boat, I don't put any more on the boat than if I were on the road in a vehicle or in a van or whatever. I just don't. Because it's just, you know, I don't want all that much stuff. And if something happens, you know, and a storm comes through, usually my landlord is really good about getting the boat out of the water and dry docked. He always puts it in storage. If there's a storm coming, he always takes it and dry docks it and puts it in storage somewhere. So he's really good about that. But in case something happened, a flood came, and he just misjudged. I mean, it's happened. It can happen. And, you know, I wouldn't want all my stuff on the boat, and then, you know, a storm come in and completely destroy the boat, because, you know, then I've got to, I mean, I pretty much would only have clothing, but I don't want to start I just don't want to buy more stuff. I got enough stuff, so I don't want to do that. So I don't leave a lot of stuff on the boat. Very little. So most of my stuff is at this house, mine and my ex-husband's house, so that, you know, I feel like it's probably a little safer. It is safer because he doesn't bother my stuff anyway. So I guess that's about it. Now, I am about ready to conclude this series. I mean, I've been doing what I call a series on lost my train of thought. Anyway, it's been a long day. Anyway, I've been doing this video series after the accident, and I have about a lot of videos now. I have probably about 16, 17 videos, because sometimes I'm doing 2 videos in one day. So I have a lot of videos. Anyway, I'm getting ready to possibly, wrap this up, because I've done enough. I mean, I started the video when, right after the accident. And then I continued to do videos every day, just to show everyone, all the many steps that you go through, or all the steps I went through. Now, as I said before, a lot of people won't go through as many steps as I did. They will, because if I had been a long way from home, I would have just straight went, I would have just went straight to a motel, straight to a car lot, I mean, but I would have still had to have moved everything out of the Ford Focus. I would have still had to have tried to have gotten rid of some of the stuff, maybe organized. I would have still had to organized, and I would have still probably brought some of the stuff to this house or to the boat. I mean, probably not the boat, but maybe. I mean, I would have still had to have taken a lot of that stuff and brought, because it would have been in a mess. I mean, it was a mess after the accident. It was just car, everything was just an utter mess, because there was stuff when the back glass blew out. Some of my stuff just landed out on the interstate. So, I mean, it was just an utter mess. So I would have still had to have just put everything in whatever car I brought it back here where I'm at now, and started trying organizing, because I'm closer to this area for one. Anyway, I would have still had to have organized everything, and tried to have, put it back together best I could, and then got the new car kind of the way I wanted it. I mean, but it's weird, and it's all I'm going to say. It's weird. Before, I would switch from my Ford Focus to my Taurus, and sometimes my Taurus to something else. And I mean, when I switched from my Taurus to my Impala, I just threw everything from one car into the next, but I wasn't that organized. I mean, in this car, I made a determination that I wanted to organize better, and when I did that, it took me longer to get it organized. It took me longer to get everything the way I wanted it, and have to try to think it out a little bit, because I've never really been organized. So the only other thing that I don't have, and I've been thinking about that, and I don't have, is a cooler. I don't have that, and I'm thinking about that if I have room, because I definitely have room in the trunk. But as with the car, I like to be able to not have to bend over that one, because it hurts my back. So I don't. It definitely hurts it now after the accident. So I don't want to have to reach too far back in to the trunk to try to get what I want. I want everything right on the edge, and that was what I liked about my hatchback. Anyway, it's getting up there. It's time for me to go. I have an appointment tomorrow at the Pain Management Center, so I'm going to wrap this video. And, there's a lot of other stuff I wanted to say, but I'll do it in another video. As I was saying, I'm getting about ready to wrap this video series up, and I'm getting about ready to start on another, maybe another little video series, which is kind of going to be in the same, it's kind of going to be along the same lines as this one, kind of, going down memory lane, if you will, with, some of my past travels and stuff, because I've been a lot of places. And I went to a lot of places in my Ford Focus. I went to a lot of places in the Taurus, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. But so I've been to a lot of places, and I didn't do videos back then. I just did pictures. I do a lot of photography. So I'll probably do a few slideshows, but I'm going to go over some of that stuff. And I have some plans maybe for later this summer, since now I have another car. And anyway, I'm going to talk about that in the next video. Probably will talk more about that in the next video, what some of my plans are after this, once I get everything pulled together and I go through the pain management and the doctor appointments and I get all that stuff wrapped up. Anyway, so this is it for tonight. I'm going to wrap, and good. It's a Sunday night, so I hope you have a good week, and well, I'll be back probably tomorrow anyway. But anyway, just want to say good night, or good day, good night whenever you watch this. And if you watch it, if you watch it, thank you for watching, and God bless.